Song 3, Good and Evil. Notes, menu is derived from the Avesta Sanskrit root man, to think, and with its agentive instrumental suffix of you means or way of thinking, and therefore mind and mentality. The interpretation of spirit in its abstract personified form is a much later development. In this song, or elsewhere in the Gathas, the two mentalities, also called choices, are confined to human behavior only and do not concern the cosmic world at all. The term Spenta-menu, standing for the divine creative faculty, has no opponent adversary in the Gathas, and the term Anger-menu does not exist in the Gathas. The so-called spirits are also a later development. Gist. Zarathustra advises people to listen to the best words, then to consider them with a clear, bright mind, and then each person make a choice for his or herself. Among those best words are his new doctrine of good and evil. Good herself among those whose best words are his new doctrine of good and evil. Good and evil stem from two mentalities. A person has, since the beginning of one's life, a beneficent person chooses good, and a base person the evil. Thus these two mentalities create life and not living for a person. Life with all its potentialities, or otherwise a living without them, making a person one of the walking dead. A person choosing good will perform beneficial deeds and please God, but a person fond of false gods falters in his choice, and once he indulges in thinking evil, he resorts to anger, a mood which brings destruction to the people, because anger is the source of all violence. The person who takes to good mind and righteousness finds strength, stability, and ultimately God. But even he who goes astray and suffers the consequences may realize the truth and give up deceit for truth. Therefore, let all of us pray to be among those who make a fresh world, a world in which the wise unite to defeat evil and create a happy life of wisdom and righteousness. Therefore, let us fully understand that the principles of a prosperous life and a miserable life, wrong and deceit, bring long suffering, but righteousness and truth result in true happiness. Song 4, Guidance. After explaining good and evil, Zarathustra points out that his message will prove good to the bad people and prove the best for those who are already devoted to God. He says that since it is not easy to discriminate good and evil, one needs a guide. He, as one, explains the facts based on wisdom and knowledge. He pays more attention to those going astray, because as long as there are wrongful people, the spiritual and social evils cannot be eradicated. But in spite of his guidance, Zarathustra lays emphasis on the free will and the good discrimination of the people. He wants them to grow in knowledge to a desired level so that they are able to make their own choice. He says that the rewards of the righteous deeds are good and evil actions lead to long life and sufferings. But the ultimate salvation of wholeness and immortality is for all. It is easy and smooth for the righteous, hard and difficult for the wrongful. Zarathustra continues to pray to God for enlightenment success. He also blesses the wise who have listened to his divine message and are working zealously to spread it to mankind. Song 5, Aberration. This song is in fact an exposure of fraud and aberration practiced by the priests and princes of the old cult. The Devas, false gods, and their worship were the creation of evil mentality and deceit. It is superstitions that deviate man from thinking right. However, they become a good source of income for the cunning, who continue to hoard what they can extract from the simple people. These cunning persons are the ritualistic priests called Karapan. By Osho Zarathustra, the word actually means arrangers of rituals, but it also means chatterers and mumblers, which they were indeed. They were not alone. They were the rulers turned into luxury lovers through the spoils they had accumulated. The two, having common vested interest of exploiting the people, had joined hands. They kept the people in darkness and ignorance. Their increasing lust for wealth had turned them into tyrants, an action that earned them the people's hatred. However, they forgot that God was watching them, and that a day would dawn when a thought-provoking genius would rise and lead the people out of their clutches. It may be noted that this is the only song in which Zarathustra mentions a legendary person, Yima Jamshid. About Wam, it was said that he fell because of his arrogance and false pride. He, however, leaves the judgment of God.